because Brian may go through it, but he'll never leave me. And today, not only did you show up in church, the devil showed up this morning, and he's scratching his head, wondering what in the world is she doing here today. After all the hell I put her through, she should be over in a corner, losing her mind, but he don't have enough sense to realize that greater is he that is in you. And if God allowed you to go through it, he already gave you the power to come out of it. You ought to pull on your neighbor and tell him, don't feel sorry for me. It's a part of my purpose. But when God gets through with me, baby, I'm going to be the devil's worst nightmare. Where was he? Where was he if he wasn't in the tomb? Tell your neighbor he was in hell. He was in hell. Because he could not go directly from the grave to the throne. Because that's not kingdom direction. Whenever you make a decision, I'm going to live for God. I know some of you are still struggling with it, but just keep on struggling. There's going to come a day. Whenever you make a decision, for God I'll live and for God I'll die, God will teach you kingdom direction. Kingdom direction. Watch this. And if you can get this, it's going to deliver you. Whenever God is ready to move you, he always sends you down first. See, I know I just lost about 350 of y'all, because all you want is to go to another level and get a promotion. No, but that's not the will of God. Before he takes you up, he got to take you down. Can I help some of you? Can I help some of you who feel like you've hit rock bottom? You feel like everything you put your hands to is failing. It feel like if it ain't one thing, it's another. You ought to tell your neighbor, I'm in a good place, baby. Because Ephesians says this. Ephesians says, what is it? He that ascended first had to descend to the lowest part of the earth. I promise you it's in the Bible. Ephesians chapter 4, read it. I promise you it's there. The Bible said before Jesus could go to heaven, he had to go to hell. Now he's the Son of God, doing the will of his Father, and he still had to go to hell. Can I help you understand something? Your hell is not a mistake. I'm not so naive to stand in this pulpit and look at all of these great men and women that are before me and think that nobody has experienced hell lately. If the truth were to be told, there's some of you that showed up today. You had hell in your family. You had hell in your finances. You had hell in your health. Hell on the job. Hell at the school. Hell in your relationship. And if you're not careful, you'll develop an attitude with God. You'll walk away bitter and angry and say, I ain't fooling with that Jesus. But don't you move too soon. Because on Saturday, when he goes to hell because everyone in the Old Testament, when they died, they did not go to paradise. They did not go to heaven. They went to hell. Because it is not until Calvary that Jesus has the authority to now take the keys to heaven and life and hell and heaven. So everybody in the Old Testament before Jesus died was locked up in hell. Adam was in hell. Abraham was in hell. Sarah was in hell. Isaac was in hell. Jacob, Rebecca, Leah, David, Moses was in hell. Isaiah was in. Everybody of the Old Testament was locked up in hell. So now Jesus has to go to hell and experience hell. So now he can be the deliverer of the folk who are locked up in hell. Come here a little closer. I want to tell you something. The reason why you've been experiencing hell in your life is not because you've been such a bad person. It's just that the Lord is using you to go to hell and pull folk out of hell that are in hell. You got family members in hell. You got co-workers in hell. You got church members in hell. God, I'm all right. That's all right. You got individuals that you work around every day who are in hell, and they're waiting for you to come through hell, so that when you come out, you grabbing everybody you can and bringing them out with you. Look at your neighbor, tell them go to hell. My God, come on, don't be scared. Look at them and tell them go to hell. People are waiting for you in hell to hear your testimony, to see the miracle that God has worked out in your life. Some of y'all can tell the truth. Some of y'all can tell the truth. I've been to hell so much.